Hey, what's up folks, how's it going? This is Waj. Hope you guys are all doing well, and today we're going to be taking a look at the new Samsung Galaxy S10e and comparing the battery performance specifically to the iPhone XR, which is its direct competitor. Now we're also going to be comparing the battery performance of these two phones versus the standard iPhone XS, XS Max, as well as the S10 and S10 Plus from Samsung. Now firstly, in terms of the battery capacity, the S10e has a 3100 mAh battery. That's slightly smaller than the S10 that has 3400 mAh and certainly a lot smaller than the S10 Plus, which has 4100 mAh battery. However, the iPhone comparatively does have a smaller battery at 2944 mAh. Now, Qi wireless charging is available on pretty much everything these days, but the really cool thing about the new Samsung phones is they support a reverse wireless charging, something they call their power sharing mode. And with the mode on, you can actually charge another Qi smartphone directly onto the Samsung device. You can even charge a smartwatch or headphones that support wireless charging. Definitely a neat feature and pretty exclusive to companies like Samsung and Huawei at the moment, and certainly not available on the iPhones. Now, the charge times in terms of wired speed is very fast on both. You can get well above 50% with around that 30-minute mark, which is awesome. And going to 100% charge is really fast on the S10e, since it has a smaller battery compared to the other S10 smartphones. So we got about 137 minutes all the way to 100% charge, and that's certainly faster than the iPhone XR. In terms of wireless charging speeds, we don't have a 15-watt fast wireless charger. We're just using our RAV Power wireless charger, which supports 9 watts on the Samsungs and about 7.5 watts on the iPhones. And to get to 100% charge, we got it in about 223 minutes on the Samsung versus 242 minutes on the XR. Now, the first of 3 battery life drain tests that we always like to do is we start with a Geekbench full battery discharge test. And taking a look at the runtime and overall score, we got around 4590 points with a runtime about 7 hours and 39 minutes on the Samsung S10e. Now, taking a look at the graph that compares all the current generation iPhones and S10 smartphones, you can see that the XR is actually the best performing on this test, got the longest runtime out of the other 2 iPhones, and ironically, the S10e is below the other models of S10s, not by a huge margin, but a margin nonetheless. Now let's move on to our video playback test. This is where we use the VLC app to loop a video that's 1080p in resolution. We set the brightness to 50% in airplane mode, and we simply just loop the video until we run out of juice. Now, the S10e got a total runtime about 15 hours and 17 minutes. The XR comparatively in the same exact scenario got 15 hours and 34 minutes. So slightly better performance in terms of video playback based on the scenario on the XR. Now, compared to the S10 and S10 Plus, which are getting slightly a little bit more of a runtime, but not by a huge margin, just by a couple of more minutes. So usually all of the S10 smartphones are very similar on this test result based on our experience, and the XR is the best performing out of the other iPhones as well. Now, the last and final test that we're still experimenting with, but essentially what we want to do is open up a whole bunch of different applications that you're going to use on a day-to-day basis, like YouTube, Instagram, perhaps do a little bit of gaming, a camera app, and we simply open up those specific applications in a sequence, and we simply just loop that sequence of events until the battery runs out. Now, to automate this process, we're actually using the Automate app, using a touch replay protocol on the Android side, and we're using the Shortcuts app, which allows you to automate different processes on the iOS platform. Pretty simple and straightforward methodology, and with that, we got a total runtime of about 10 hours and 18 minutes on the S10e, was about 9 hours and 54 minutes on the iPhone XR. Now you can also see the runtimes for the iPhone XS, which got around 9 hours and 33 minutes, and the standard Samsung S10, which got around 10 hours and 41 minutes. Now, real-world battery performance is definitely very variable, and it's going to depend upon your specific usage profile, but in most cases, the iPhone XR and the S10e are are super similar. I would say 95 to 98% exactly the same. In some scenarios, you are definitely going to get a couple of more minutes of battery life with the S10e, but not by a huge margin. So definitely very similar performance overall. Besides that, guys, that's really it. Definitely love to get your support on this video by giving a thumbs up. It takes literally hours and hours to do stuff like this, and I definitely love to get your support. And make sure you have notifications turned on so that way you get our videos once they become available. And check out the channel for more information. We've done a whole bunch of different camera comparison and speed tests on the new generation Samsung and iPhone devices, so definitely check that out if you haven't done so already. We'll see you later, and thanks for watching.